face looks weird.
Bruchim Abayim, welcome everyone. Every Wednesday we try to learn a little bit from the Heilige Rebbe Melech from Lezhensk in the Sefer Noam Elimelech. This week's Parshas is Parshas Shoftim. It'll take a minute for us. Usually I record this in a different manner, but instead we're doing this live stream.
In a hotel room.
Yeah, so at least I have a room as far as I know. Rabbi Ruvain always says, why doesn't he get a room? Why is he recording his car? So I have a room now to record in.
That's interesting. The angle you have.
Well, it says I'm using screen capture. So I'm capturing the screen while we learn. So the Parshas Shoftim is in the book of Deuteronomy. Let's learn. Let's see what we got here. So Rebbe Melech brings Shoftim v'Shoftim Titan Lecha B'Chol Sharecha. Is this? Yeah, we could do this. Is this the whole thing? Yeah. So Shoftim v'Shoftim Titan Lecha B'Chol Sharecha. Judges and officers you should appoint in all of your gates. Shh. Near Lefarish, it seems that we can explain the Talmud says that the good inclination rules or judges the saints. That's the way of the tzaddikim, the saints. They have someone inside of them who is rebuking them. Al kol ma'aseim asher oisem mechiach esam al pneim amar lehem gam b'ma'aseim b'toimech shechosru v'sum kilchasen karoi lasis l'boy yisale. All of their deeds that they do, the good angel is rebuking them to their face and showing them that even their good deeds, how they're lacking, how they didn't do them properly according to the laws, and that how they're in the proper way to do for the sake of the exalted Creator. That's what it means, that the saints, their good inclination judges them. But the wicked are not so. The wicked think all of their deeds are good in their eyes. Even the evil deeds that they have performed, the evil inclination, the devil shows them as if they've done good deeds. That's what it means, that the evil inclination judges them. When it comes to the intermediary people, both the good inclination and the evil inclination judge them. Peggy, there's also tomato sauce if you want to put in there.
Can I tell something to your relationship when you're done?
Maybe. Like the Tana says, the rabbi from the time of the Mishnah said, we are intermediary people. Right? So we know that when they said that he's a Beinani, they said, no human being has no creature has any life left if the saints call themselves intermediaries, intermediate people. But the idea of the Beinani, of the intermediate person, is that both the Yetzer Tov and the Yetzer Hara judges them. And that's the way that a person has to constantly, that's how a person has to look in his own deeds, in the disputation that goes on in a person's soul. On one, and he's not fulfilling his obligations, but he's doing one of God's commandments. It might be he interrupts in the middle of davening or something like that, and he feels bad that his good deeds could be much better. Yavin v'yaskel heita v'yachshev shleyasav kachol atzarech b'slilus v'zakus korela Hashem yisal v'yesh shafel nivsa b'nei atzmo. You should understand and contemplate very well his obligations, the way he's obligated to do so, with the clarity and the purity that's worthy to the exalted Lord. And he should be, and that should humble him, and he should be despised and lowly in his own eyes. However, God forbid he shouldn't think himself as wicked. The sages teach, may they be of blessed memory, that person should not consider himself to be evil. The reason for this is, if God forbid a person thinks himself to be wicked, a person can get very depressed, and his heart is not inside him. If a person thinks he's wicked, then he thinks he shouldn't do any mitzvah or Torah or prayer or any good deed, or upright and kosher deed. Because he'll become so depressed and lose hope when he says he's not worthy to this. That's why a person should follow the way of the Beinani, that he should that he does. He should recognize his failing and know he's not perfect, but also not think he's a total failure. Recognize the goodness that's in him too. And that's the meaning. When it says that you should love the Lord with all your heart, the rabbis say that means with both of your inclinations, the good inclination, the evil inclination. So that's why the Talmud says that certain people are Beinanim, certain people that we, meaning even the tzaddikim, intermediary people, Veinim zev is a Shoftim, that when it comes to the intermediary people, the intermediate people, that both the Yetzer Tov and the Yetzer Hara judges them, meaning to say that they recognize their failing, but they also recognize they're not a complete failure, and that there's a lot of good in them. That's the meaning of judges and officers you should give for yourself. That is a hint to these two judges, like we said above. The good inclination, the good angel, and the evil inclination, the devil on your shoulder. The good inclination is called officers. It's like an officer who corrects the people to prevent them from doing evil. The good angel is rebuking and punishing and hitting the person with the staff of his mouth, hitting with a stick, with the words of his mouth, with the musar, and showing him how he's lacking in his worship. In all of your gates, because every mitzvah, every good deed, and every commandment, and every holy thing has a gate in heaven. So what does it mean on all your gates? Whatever a person performs in this world, a devotion related to Torah or prayer or any type of holiness, he opens up the gates of that mitzvah, of that commandment. That's the meaning of in all your gates. You should not pervert judgments, and you should not be a respecter of persons. The verse says you should have no other gods before me on my face. There's those who say this is the meaning of this verse. God, the blessed Creator, is called the face of everything. Everything in the world has a portion of godliness that causes it to exist and causes it to live. But if God forbid a person thinks of any foreign evil thought, or looks at something that he's not supposed to look at that's evil, then then he divorces and pushes away the face, meaning the face of God, from him. When you have impure thoughts and look and think of things that are evil, that's called other gods. That's what means you should have no other gods in front of my face. And that's what it means you should not recognize faces. It means you should not sin, and you should not think of exterior thoughts. That this is a play on words. Takir here means to recognize, but here the Rebbe Elimelech understands it homiletically that you should not push away the face and make it foreign to you. It's not care. He recognizes related to the word takir. It says you should not take a bribe because the bribes blind the eyes of the wise. It would seem how could it be? We see many people take bribes and they're healthy and strong, and they die with their eyesight intact and they don't go blind. So what does it mean that taking bribes makes a person, the eyes of the wise, blind? The concept is as follows: that when a saint worships the Lord in truth, he is worthy to reach tremendous levels in his intellectual vision, the eyes of his mind, which is the supernal wisdom. So we need Hashem al tzaddikim. That's what it means that the eyes of the Lord are to the saints, meaning the saints receive godly eyes. That the blessed Lord gives a merit to the saints that they are able to see with the eyes of their supernal wisdom. That's what it means you shouldn't take, because the sheikhad, the bribery, blinds the eyes of the wise. Worthy with the eyes of your mind to the supernal wisdom. And it perverts the words of the saints. That means the words of the saints who speak in holiness, it perverts those holy words. So it's not enough that you're not worthy to that supernal wisdom. But even if the saints wish to rebuke him with their words, to punish him and to bring him back to the good ways, it doesn't help. Their words don't help. Because of the damage that's done through taking bribes, that he sees all the words of the saints as something that is perverted. So what's to this? The verse says tzedek tirdov. Justice you should pursue. You should show your deeds to the saint. You should see to justify your deeds. Because when you pursue justice and righteousness here below on the earth, then you also go and pursue the supernal justice. To lift justice up to its root and to sweeten it. So gam can a parish of Shavtas am mishpat tzedek. And that's also the meaning of you should judge the people with a righteous and just judgment. So we learned the whole Noam on Parshas Shoftim. Thank you for watching. God bless. Please like, share, and subscribe, comment, and we'll see you later. All right, how did I turn this thing off? Any questions, comments, or anything from the Peanut Gallery? before we turn this off. All right. Well, thank you for watching. God bless. Please like and subscribe, comment. Thank you. And we'll see you later.